Hi there. I just want to do a video. And this video is going to be called and about how my spiritual awakening manifested. Now it was at the age of 24 when this awakening happened. It was completely unexpected. I was very, very depressed. All the way up to that point. And one day I sat down and had enough. And in this having enough, it was like a very powerful soul kind of thing that came through me from within me. And ever since that moment, I was getting relentless information. Well, a lot of healing. Before the information that I received now was a lot more, but there was still information. At the start of the awakening, it's a lot louder now, because what happened is the more I was healing, the more I was open to divine knowledge, you could say. And yeah, it was completely unexpected. I didn't know what was happening to me. Obviously, after the initial experience, I looked online to see other people that have had similar experiences. I found out that what I went through was a spiritual awakening, where everything became nothingness. That was one of the first things actually that I started thinking, this is nothing. Perceiving that this is nothingness. And if you think of it, reality must manifest from nothing. But I'll talk about the reality thing later. I was perceiving all different pieces of information, which I'll be speaking about later in this documentary film. But that's what it was. A big, massive experience, and it's still going on today. I'd say that it was 2 weeks, but it was 2 weeks of intensity, because I didn't really know what was going on. And once I calmed down and realised what was happening, I wasn't panicking so much. When it first happened, there was a lot of fear, because I didn't really know what was happening. I didn't know whether I was dying, because, back then, I had a lot of problems. And I did some things to myself that I'm probably not going to talk about in here, or maybe I will sometimes. I'll have my own way of saying it, but there was a lot of mind problems and emotional problems. And I didn't really know what was happening. And for about 2 weeks, I was in a lot of fear of not knowing what was happening. A lot of physical changes were going on. I was shaking. One of the things that someone says to me at the time, you're shaking all the time, what's wrong with you? And I wasn't on drugs. There wasn't any drugs involved or anything like that. For weeks, and I remember saying to people since then, is no drug even would affect you for that long. So, yeah, but it was a very intense feeling when it first happened, loads of energies. And I was getting shown, I think, visions of myself in the future as well. There was that going on. There was me trying to understand what was happening. And that's just it. I actually believed for a while that I had a soul switch. I used to talk about this a lot. I thought I had this theory that what happened to me was that the soul had went out of the body and a new soul had entered. That was a theory I had in my head for a while. And I thought, because everything changed so quickly, it was like all of a sudden I sat down, everything changed. My whole reality changed. And I thought, if you had a soul switch, that would happen. Because the new soul would take on all the memories, therefore, but it would change, everything would change suddenly. But now I know that isn't true, because it's like I talk about, that everything is actually one. There is no separation. Everything is all one thing, you see. So I realised, this awakening showed me, one of the first pieces of information that it was telling me was that everything's nothing. And everything must start from nothing. Meaning one infinity. There's never a separation. We only experience separation because awareness presents the illusion of separation. And, that's one of the things that this awakening showed me. But what it's doing, what the awakening is actually doing when it happens to you, it's changing your awareness. That's all it's changing. You know, we basically go through experience, but then the soul, when it's time to wake up, is changing your awareness. And it's all different to you, and you're freaking out because you've not been used to this new picture, you see. And that's just it, you know. And, you know, it's just changing your awareness. And of course, it's very strange when this starts to happen, you know, and you realize that life is basically a dream. That this is all just a dream, and that life, reality is a dream. It's not really real. And your soul consciousness is what decides your experiences. And it's all perfect, you see. It's all perfect. The reason it's all perfect is because if you deal with infinity, that means, infinity means that this moment has run itself an infinite number of times, meaning it's made itself perfect because it's had forever to run itself. So it's like me doing this movie and doing it an infinite number of times. It's only going to be perfect. You're getting the forever perfect version. That's how reality is, what I've realized from this awakening. And that everything's just a dream. And that we're going somewhere, but we've already been there. It's already happened, you see. But yeah, this big awakening manifested from nothingness. Yeah, completely unexpected. And later on in this documentary, you know, I'll be talking about other things. But yeah, this awakening manifested from nothing. Obviously, I was meant to get it when I did. Before that, it was a lot of depression. All different drugs and all different things I was doing. You know, to try and make myself feel better, you could say. And, you know, I probably, you know, I'm a lot different now, you could say. A lot of people that know me think my personality has changed a lot. But that's because if you're happier, you're different, you see. But I'm just going to end this video there. I'll be doing other videos on this, obviously, this documentary. And thank you for listening and watching. Thank you very much. Thank you.